Hey Brickheads, Scott with 36 Bricks here, taking a quick look at the Bricklink Designer Program set number 910013, the Retro Bowling Alley. 2,793 pieces of awesomeness. Let's check it out. All right, guys, so I am super excited to have this a part of my city. Had to track it down, ended up winning it at a Bricklink event, which I was super excited about. But for those of you that don't know, the Retro Bowling Alley is part of the Bricklink Designer Program's phase, I believe phase 2. Let me fact check that for you, but to where essentially this got picked, or this was a part of the Lego Ideas program. It reached 10,000 supporters. However, Lego decided not to go ahead and produce this as a massed set. So they went ahead and took it over to the Bricklink program, which Bricklink is owned by Lego, and decided to go ahead and put it up for crowdfunding. So this essentially, the minimum was 3,000 pre-orders, and then essentially the max was 10,000. So in this program, they went ahead and mass produced this. They produced 10,000 of them, and this is an epic set. So you have Dave's Bowl and Cafe, essentially. The outside detail is just epic. Now, this section down here is totally mine, has nothing to do with the build itself, so be prepared for that. I went ahead and put it on a double mills plate. But the level of detail on this set is just amazing. The exterior work, now it does come with 5 minifigures, pretty generic. You have a chef, you have a woman here, you have 2 employees, and then you also have this little guy right here. Now, going back to the exterior details, love the exterior work on here where you have the potted plants, you have the details in the architecture. You do have situations on here where you have masonry bricks incorporated into the build. You have great detail on the sides. Coming around the front here, you have some amazing bowling alley pins or bull pins. Great archway for the doors. Great detail on the door, just adding those little hand rails. This window here, I will be honest in saying that it is a great window. However, it is obsolete, and I will showcase why in a little bit. Coming around the side, you have some great techniques, adding leaves, extending the masonry bricks and the looks of those, which is awesome. And then you have, of course, some gas piping, stuff like that. Great, great details. Love it, love it, love it. Like, I wish we could have more than that. Back here, we have the exterior door. We have some more gas lines. We have a staircase that goes up to the top, which is used by these the black candlestick pieces, which are great. They kind of remind me of Battleship. And then you have more of the details here. Now, sticking to, I'm going to get to the roof in a little bit, but sticking to this side here, I do wish that they tiled this out. I do understand that that would have required more, more tiling pieces, but it just looks weird when you have the front all tiled, but then when you get to the sides, it's not. And then in addition to that, it does become a little awkward because if you were to put this right up against another building, all of those details are kind of missed. So that becomes kind of awkward. Now, moving to the roof. Oh my God. Love the details on the air conditioning units, the venting, all of that stuff. Just such attention to detail and just pure epicness. I mean, the way that they designed this is just awesome. I really look forward to using those techniques in other builds. Little puzzled on the storage crates that are up here with loose bowling balls. I'm not a big fan of loose parts, and I will show you why in just a little bit. But ultimately, amazing details on the exterior roof. Now, coming up to this sign, again, awesome details. Love how they did the sign, but this is not something I do like. This is very flimsy. I'm not sure if maybe, I mean, it is supposed to rotate. That way you can put it at different angles. However, that does leave room for it to, shift and adjust. I do wish that this was a dual sign, which means, because if it is rotating, you kind of are meant to see both sides. So I wish they would have used a nice technique on, promoting the fact that it's a dual side, but I do understand it. But ultimately, the exterior is just absolutely amazing. So, the roof itself is actually in two pieces. We have one piece here and one piece here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove those pieces, as well as I'm going to go ahead and remove the sign because it is going to get in the way of the camera. So as you can see, both roof pieces are off. A little awkward trying to place them on, but totally understandable as to why they did it that way. Here is where kind of the problem lies for me. As you can see, if you move this thing around, all the pins just go everywhere. All of the bowling balls are loose, as well as you do put like essentially the shoes for the bowling alley on in this section here, and of course those get thrown away around too. So I wish there was a way to actually clutch those down, and in fact I've come up with one. So the cool part about this bowling alley is the fact that this section comes off and you can see the pins. As you can see, there is 3 on each bowling alley. There is easily 3 1x3 tiles in each section, and essentially if you just put a essentially a 1x1 tile there, a 1x1 tile there, and a 1x1 stud there or plate, it would easily clutch that down. Then if you were to add in the second spot a 1x3 plate with 2 studs on top. To better illustrate this, I've basically created this right here. So essentially you have a 3x3 section. With the front section is a 1x1 tile, a 1x1 plate, and a 1x1 tile. The second section is a 1x3 tile, more modified tile with 2 studs on top, and then essentially a 1x3 plate. Now, of course, here I have a 1x2 plate and a 1x1 plate, but just wanted to showcase the 3 studs. So by doing this, you essentially just add one here, you're adding one here, 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 and here. So essentially you're creating that diagram, and then essentially when you have it in here, that would go down there, but of course it would be lowered so you still have the same height. So that's kind of what you're looking for. Now obviously this section here isn't just, you would have another row of pins, but for this particular scale, it works out really well. As far as, aside from the loose parts, the layout and everything pertaining to the bowling alley portion is epic. I mean, I love the booth where people are sitting in, although I'm not a big fan of stickers. You have the sticker pieces for essentially how big the or the scoreboard. You have the ball return. All of that stuff is just epic. I just don't really care for the aspect of loose parts. Over on this section here, of course, you have your bowling rental, your bowling shoes rental, all that kind of fun stuff. You have a nice little kitchenette, great coloring on the floor, great coloring on the seating. Those are also studded in, so you have the clutch to where those don't come off. And then the kitchen itself is very detailed, very organized, and I love every bit of it. This section here, over on this side, you do have your arcade, and this is where the window essentially becomes obsolete because you have the arcades in front of it. So if this was some kind of ticket area or a usable window, it's not really used. But the arcades themselves, you have a nice little car arcade, you have a gun arcade, and then a joystick arcade. Epic, epic stuff. I mean, the level of detail, I just love it. Do wish there were some stickers on the screens or something, but I totally understand that that would be added cost. Overall, I love this build. Now, changes that I want to make to it. So, I definitely want to incorporate that technique. I don't like loose pieces at all. That would free them up. Don't know necessarily that I can do anything about the balls, but I will try. I might do a video later for an update. And then I would definitely make a second floor. I would remove the arcade and add something to the second floor. Maybe do some stairs here going up to a second level. And actually what I plan to do is, for those of you that have been following me for a while, I do have a skating rink that I would love to add to this build. And I think I'm going to do that. So I will add a second floor, and then what will happen is that second floor will actually become the skating rink. Bathrooms, all that kind of fun stuff. So super excited about doing that. All right, guys, so there you have it. Those are my thoughts on the Bricklink Designer Program's 910013 2,793 pieces of retro bowling alley bliss. Super excited to have this a part of my city. What do you guys think? Were you guys able to get your hands on this set? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you want some more of it? Do you think it should be changed? What have you seen? What do you like? Let me know in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like my content and want more. Please consider joining one of my memberships, as every little bit counts. Thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate all the love and support, and we will see you next time on 36 Bricks. Ooh, this one's cool. Check this one out. I agree, that one's cool, but this one's awesome. Ooh, I like this one. I just can't stop watching. Well, I like them all, and I'm going to subscribe. Can you do the same? Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on 36 Bricks.